So I do have an advantage. I basically know every champion that's coming as a 7-star for like the next 18 months or so, roughly. So I get to save my resources for things I want.
Wow.
You cheeky bastard. I mean that in the most affectionate way. It's just, oh, he gets to know stuff and we have to... By the way, I kind of feel that you might have to save your radiance, save your resources because, you know, some really kick-ass champions are coming in the future. I mean, it makes sense. He kind of like develops the game. So you kind of go... Yeah, I suppose you know like the inside track and stuff, like what to save your resources for. Anyway, Heart of Fire event. This is what we're going to be talking about in this video. There were some interesting revelations from the live stream that I think are very much applicable to what is going to happen next week when this event drops. We know that the 6 champions have been confirmed that will be in the Heart of Fire event, which would be Apocalypse, Night Fury? Nick Fury, Immortal Abomination, Tigra, Future Ant-Man, and Dark Phoenix. Unfortunately, it feels a bit of a meh because that extra cosmic slot, which I know a lot of you, and even myself, were like, because I was like, is it going to be King Groot? Is it going to be a left field? And it's going to be like Hercules because Kabam might do it. Spoiler alert. They didn't. It's not even Hulkling. It's not even Cosmic Ghost Rider. It's Dark Phoenix. This means that the Heart of Fire Crystal was always going to be these 5 champions right here, which is a bit disappointing if you were like myself looking for something nice and cosmic-y that you could actually get. Because, by the way, well, no, honestly, you can't get it. But you're going to have to invest a load of units to get Dark Phoenix as part of the milestones that are applicable to that event.
Game team. But yeah, Future Ant-Man is absolutely one of my favorite champions. I have the incredible Future Ant-Man Supreme mashup that Cap Murdoch did for Future Ant-Man. I've been saving...
Oh, that's coming up after that. This is the full Heart of Fire. First, right? We got Apocalypse, Nick Fury, Immortal Abomination.
If you're looking for Dark Phoenix, it's guaranteed now, but it is going to be pricey.
It's 2 times guaranteed because she...
So Dark Phoenix is not actually in the crystal.
Yes. All right, cool. So the Heart of Fire crystal will have 5 champs in it? That's the question.
That's right, yeah. So Dark Phoenix is not actually in the crystal. Dark Phoenix is in the milestones. How you feel about that will kind of depend on like what you want to get out of this event. If you're looking for Nick Fury or looking for Future Ant-Man, this is good because there's obviously only 5 champions in that 7-star crystal. Their drop rates in the Valiant crystal are also a little bit higher as a result of that. If you're looking for Dark Phoenix, it's guaranteed now, but it is going to be pricey.
It's 2 times guaranteed because she comes duped.
She does come duped.
Yep. Yeah. So let's take a look at that slide.
Cool.
The Heart of Fire slide. There we go. So 2 copies of Dark Phoenix as the final milestone. There is still the other champion selector in there as well for the other 5 champions. There's a 3 to 4 Heart of Fire rank up gem. There's an Awakening gem, 206 stones, and of course there are 7-star Heart of Fire crystals all throughout. So yeah, it's going to be a very exciting time.
Yeah. Last year, Omega Days was my favorite event of the year.
It was a good one.
And Heart of Fire, I think, is going to be the same this year.
Yeah.
So aside from the change with Phoenix in the final milestone, everything else you can expect from the event is basically as last year.
Yes.
It costs exactly the same amount of units. The structure is basically exactly the same. There's obviously more stuff in it.
So you've probably seen through the video that I've been cutting in bits from the Kabam live streams just to kind of like spice things up and also just allow that, you know, clarity and also evidence of what's been said about certain stuff. So Kabam Crash said it's pretty much the same type of event. We'll look at the unit costs in a minute of what it was last year or last time. And also we'll look at, of course, what this situation of like last year with Alpha Root and what was it, a Mega Charge? Yeah, a Mega Charge. Because there was a process with this stuff. Like you have to go from if you're non-spending, you have a process. If you're spending, you don't have a process. If you plan to spend units, you don't technically have a process because you've leapfrogged. Here's an example. If you're a non-spending player and you wanted to kind of just slowly go up the milestones, you'd be theoretically starting off with opening up 2 free crystals that you theoretically get, which then means that you'll get X amount of points. That may get you to 600 units or not. Or there'll be free crystals over the course of, say, the week that you're able to go, I get 40 points for free, let's say. And that gets you up to that particular point. You then were like, okay, well, I can get at the point of the end of next week two Omega Valiant crystals plus 2, that's 4. 4 plus 2 is 8. Plus, if I decide to spend those 600 units, then that would be, I think it's like, okay, like 12. So it'd be again like adding, okay, well now I'm up to there, I can get 2 more, and I can go to there, which means that I'm then in no man's land there, and I can't get to that point. So there's a process. If you spend, it's like, well, I just bought like, 2,000 units worth, or whatever it was, and it's like, okay, well, I'm now like I've done all this stuff here. What do I do? Well, you're in a different situation of then you've got to add in, you've got to then open up the Omega Valiant crystals you've got so far, plus the units, and then go boom. Okay, well now I'm here. Like that's how that different process is. If you spend, don't spend, and if you of course just follow the process with it. Anyway, if it remains the same, then that's good. At least it allows me to do like a guide that's similar to before. I'm sure there's going to be some small changes. I'm sure there's going to be some big changes. There's going to be some double dipping and grabbing of things of the alpha route or route number 1 versus, say, the more spicier Paragon Plus, which of course is different on things that you get. Unfortunately, with the Paragon elements of Omega Days last year, it was more expensive, ridiculously expensive. We'll have a look at that in a second. But you did get more of the spicier things like that. And Kabam, of course, did kind of like say that these are the things that you're shooting for, which is going to be the 7-star Heartfire crystals, the double of Phoenix, which is in the final parts of it, which is good, but it does mean you got to spend a lot of units. There is, of course, it's better than last year. Last year for your 400 points. If it is 400 points, by the way, then it would be better than it was last year, which is, again, good. But, of course, you've got to guarantee the fact that you actually wanted Dark Phoenix as an option, as something to take home from this. So that's just down to personal preference, and also some of the other champions as well, Nick Fury and Apocalypse and other ones like that. It depends what you're hunting for. Because I know some people will want some of the various champions that are on screen right now. In the crystals, the increased chance is ramped up. So that's good. Last year it was those champions. Of course, this year it's the other champions. So your chances to pick up some of them. Do you know what? You may even pick up some of the ones there on screen in the Valiant crystal. And you might be like, well, Kabam gave me a Valiant crystal for free, or a spicier crystal for free, Paragon crystal, whatever crystal for free, and I got the champion I wanted. That could actually happen. It's an RNG based event. It's not ranked. There's no rank to it. Anyway, let's move on our attention to unit investment. If I remember back last year, it was like, it's still like, well, it's confusing, I guess so. Here's like some examples of unit investment to take home scenario, and it's difficult to explain this because you had to go, oh, how many points would you get up as here's the thing. You spend 4,200 units. What do you get? Last year it was like, well, I get part of here in a mega charge and part of here in alpha route. So that was, which is fun, but it's very difficult to explain stuff. Like, I'll get up to here, I'll get up to there. And from a point farming process, I'm just, again, trying to kind of like piece back last year of like how that was done. So yeah, it was like 5,700 units was enough to get a 7-star mega crystal. So that was that. But again, the more you go to, here we go. I think I've got the data here of it. You'll need 36,900 extra units to get a mega charge 100% for the spicy items. So that kind of falls in line, but at least you get 2 7-stars this time. However, game depreciation means that had to be a thing. So it's kind of like, it's a change of Kabam's own making because they have to do it. It would be like, oh, 5 stars. You know, they're not as valuable as they used to be. The next year, or you get 2 5-stars. Like, they have to do it. Like, the game depreciates on the top end of the meta chase rewards. So it's like a no-brainer. Anyway, I'll be doing a spreadsheet like this next week, which will probably what I'll do side quest. I won't probably do a side quest, how the side quest works. I'll probably focus on a mega day. It's not a mega day, Heartfire. that's probably where I'll concentrate on my efforts, and then, you know, try and catch up. It's a busy week next week. I think I've got stuff on as well. Like, something's going to crop up that I didn't realise, but anyway, right, that's been it for the video. That's been it for Heart of Fire-based coverage. Lots of exciting things. Hope adding in the extra bit of like context from Kabam helped out as well, because I thought there was some kind of like decent stuff that was raised about the event, especially from, you know, Kabam Crash saying that it's about the same unit investment, which, as we said, and showcased, is important against this stuff, because yes, you can invest. If Kabam give the amount of free crystals that they did, then we said that there is an option before. Last year, you got 600 free units if you're not taking part in this event at all. 600 units for free and some free crystals. That's pretty nice. If Kabam do it, because Kabam gave out last year, I think it was like 34 free points or something like that. So that's something we need to consider. Anyway, that's been it for the video. Make sure as well to check out some other content. Are you excited for Heart of Fire? Do you know what? I'm looking forward to it. But I think I'm looking forward to it. What I can get back this year, and also the depreciation of some of the other things like tier 7 basics. Are they going to be in there? Will it be rank up gems? We'll have to see. I've got hiccups. Bye, everybody.